Blessings for today, everyone. It looks like we're just going to do a recording for this seventh session, and I will highlight Pooh today, and we'll use some of his quotes as we think of Pooh and keeping things simple. Because Pooh wisdom is often very simple, right? One of my quotes I looked up this morning was, "Any day spent with you is my favorite day." So today is my new favorite day. So thank you for taking some time to be with me today. I think what we'll do is an abbreviated practice, and I'll also send out the video that I did for my internship about the vagus nerve. And if you'd watch both of those videos, I think that would be qualified for this session together today. And we will have just one more session, which will be about personal practice. And had a request to do that one in complete silence. So if that sounds agreeable, I hope it's agreeable with everyone. Everyone in the room is agreeing on it. So we'll go with that. I really appreciate your commitment to this effort. It has been a journey. 8 weeks is a long time, and we've stretched it out longer than that because of complications with scheduling. So I do appreciate your sticking with it and hanging with me and giving me some honest feedback to go on as I progress with this practicum and with the skills of a yoga therapist. So I do thank you from the bottom of my heart. All right. Or as somebody said, from the bottom of my bum, because it's bigger. And I could give you more thanks. I don't think that was poo. All right. So sit up nice and tall, and we'll begin with the switch breath. So you're breathing in through the nose and breathing out through the nose or the mouth. Breathing in through the nose, just a centering breath, just to come into this space and place where you are now. And one more deep breath. And then however you would like to bring close off the right side of the nose, breathe in the left, exhale right, and then reverse 6 rounds. as you complete your 6 rounds, just take a moment to check in with yourself. How do you feel today? And what are the sensations you're experiencing? How is the quality of your breath now after completing 6 rounds of the switch breath or alternate nostril breathing or anaboloma breathing? And is that a tool you can incorporate into daily living? So that's what this opportunity has been all about, is building your particular tools. And that's the things that I'll be asking you as we complete now kind of an evaluation process as we get near the end of our time together. What is it that you have added to your own toolbox? And again, there's no right answer, it's your answer. And we just hope that there has been some additions or some recognitions of things you knew that you were reminded about, or things that you just now you're going to approach things maybe in a different way, or maybe the way you've always done it, but you're just going to turn the volume up so that you can do it in a louder, prouder way. So lots of great text about the vagal nerve, and all the things that you can do to take care of yourself. This was the text that I used whenever I did the talk that I was asking you to maybe also look at. That's let me uncover the author's name there for you, John Harper. I made a bracelet that day too, that gives you lots of ideas for how to incorporate the vagal nerve. But the vagal nerve is the vagus nerve is your 10th cranial nerve. You have 12 pairs of cranial nerves, and it starts up here in the head and it goes all the way down through the body. It's named the vagus nerve because it is a vagrant. All right. And I know that sun is bright this morning, shining on that poster. But here is another picture. And like I say, I don't want to share so much. We want to concentrate on practicing, but the teacher and me just can't help but try to share this blog post. So let's go here to sharing. And it was here. Okay. So this was the another poster that tells you a little bit about all the organs that the vagal nerve is in contact with. And then here is the a little bit of some of the ideas that we talked about that day. So this is kind of a blog post that kind of goes back over that workshop that we did with the first cohort in Southeastern Synod of the Evangelical Lutheran Church of America. But you can see the things that work on the vagal nerve are things that use those 5 senses. And the things like the moving the eyes, sliding them side to side that we did, those are the kind of things we're thinking about. So chewing gum can be helpful. Being outside and enjoying the sun can be helpful. Splashing cold water on your face, taking cold showers, drinking cold milk, washing your hands in cold water, that can help you shake off the anxiety, the stress that you may be overwhelmed with, and help you reset. Yoga, which we're doing, chanting or singing, humming is a great choice. And the loving kindness meditation is a helpful strategy for relaxing the vagus nerve. So we'll look more into that. Like I say, when you watch the video, here's a little bit more about the vagus nerve website that is sharing about it is the 10th cranial nerve, like we said, the longest, most complex of the cranial nerves. The vagus nerve differs slightly as it primarily supplies organs of the chest and the abdomen, as opposed to simply the head and neck. Most pairs of cranial nerves do that. It's called the vagus because we said it does wander all the way down to the abdomen. And I've also heard it referred to as your very first nervous system that develops as you are knitted together in your mother's womb, that it is the enteric nervous system, is also another name for this. It that again, that you can look more into it and knowledge can, help you. But let's just do our practice today, and you can practice the things about the vagus nerve as you watch the other video and get uh, acquainted with those strategies. Like I say, chewing gum, how simple is that? Something that just relaxes that vagal nerve, just like the way we did that simple idea of sliding the eyeball from side to side, which is why we want to think about poo today and keeping things simple, like poo wisdom. So let's try another poo quote. Um, uh, Winnie the Pooh, I love this. I'm not lost, for I know where I am. But however, where I am may be lost. So sit up nice and tall in your space, or you're welcome to stand. Check that posture out, and let's warm up with the sun salutations. I'll show you both ways to do the suns today, so that if you feel up to it, you can do the seated suns, or you can do the ones where you are in you're using the whole mat and using your whole body. All right, rolling out the mat. Repositioning the chair. Remember, you can stack things up to make the floor come to you. These are yoga blocks, but you don't have to have yoga blocks to get her done. All right. There we go. You can see that chair. Boy, that sun is bright, isn't it? All right. Let's see if we can adjust the blinds. Thanks, maybe a little. All right, sit up at the edge of the chair, tall posture, hands to the heart. Lift the chest into the heart, and when you do, you automatically drop those shoulders down. Tuck the chin, let the crown of the head reach to the sky, and be strong and long, and breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and reach the hands high overhead, and exhale and take your hands to your lap. Inhale, reach forward on the diagonal, and exhale and drape over the lap, whatever that means for you. If you feel especially stiff today, you're welcome to prop up here on the forearms. The next part is the twist. So you're going to take a hand to the center of your feet, or you can simply prop on that, that leg, and then reach up and feel the twist. If the shoulder isn't awake enough or tight, you don't have to come all the way up. You do what your body allows you to do, and be thankful and grateful. All right, bring the hand that's high low and the hand that's low high. So now I'm going to go a little lower, just to demonstrate both ways. And the hand that's high comes low. Again, feel the floor with the feet. Really feel the seat under the bum. Squeeze all the muscles to the bones of the legs and set yourself up for success as you lift the arms up. And exhale, hands to the heart, breathing in and breathing out. Inhale, reach high. And exhale, lower. Inhale, find that diagonal for you. And exhale, drape. Shake your head, yes, shake your head, no, so that you're not holding any tightness or tension in your body today. As your body warms up, you can go a little lower. Breathing in and stretching. If your neck doesn't like trying to look up to the sky, it's always an option to look down. The hand that's high comes low, and the hand that's low goes high. And you exhale and come on down. Feel the feet really connect with the floor, and breathe in as you lift up. And exhale, thumbs to the heart, hands together. Breath in and out. The breathe in is the bestest, let's use a Winnie the Pooh word, bestest tool for calming, right? For calming that vagus nerve. No, doesn't cost you any money. You don't need anything special. Hopefully not yet. Sometimes we do need oxygen. Sometimes we do need some toys to get her done, but Yeah, you don't need anybody else to do it. You don't need a lot of space. It don't, it doesn't cost you. Let's go for it, right? We have access to it. Breathing in and breathing out. 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 Press the feet into the floor. Squeeze the muscles to the bones of the legs. Breathe in and reach up. And exhale, bring the hands together, thumbs to the heart. All right, now let's practice the suns in a standing position. All right, so I'll move my chair. All right, come to the top of the mat space where you're working today. Breathe in and reach the hands high as you really feel the feet connect with the floor, right? You really can feel all four corners of your feet connect. And then you're going to reach down and find that forward fold. So if you want to bend the knees to get lower to the ground, you can do that. If you want to stack things up to bring the ground up to you, all right, that's all good too. But again, you do the same idea where you let your head really go. Let the neck be long, no tighter tension in the shoulders and neck area. Then you come up about halfway, which means you squeeze these muscles really tight, all right? And then you reach for the shins or the thighs as the crown of your head is reaching forward. You come on back down and walk back and find a plank position. So a plank position is going to be where the hips are in line with the back body and they're in line with the legs, right? So this is down dog and this is snake. So you want to be right there in between. So you're really working it. Now, you can either just lower to the ground in what's called a chaturanga pose, or you can put the knees down, hips back, right? And then you can, forearms are on the floor. I'm sorry, that's hard to see. And then scoop the chest towards the floor as you inch your feet back. And then you can reach up for your snake. Or you can have your elbows under your shoulders for your snake. Hands under shoulders, knees into the mat. Find your table. From your table, you can work your down dog. From your down dog, you can walk your paws together. And then you can inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, reach down to the floor again. And then inhale and reach your hands up high to the sky. All right. And hands down by your side. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, reach down. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Or we also call this monkey pose with kids. Reach back down. Walk back for the plank. All right. You can do the knees down, scooping the chest forward, or chaturanga is where you pitch forward, shade the elbows by the side of the body, and then push up into your snake. And you're not really supposed to touch the floor, but I'm not that strong, right? So do your thing, right? Do your thing. Roll through to your down dog. Walk your paws together. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, reach back down. Reach the hands up. And palms together, thumbs to the heart, hands down by your side. Again, we'll do one more. All right, 3 is our magic number. And I always think of 3 when we think of our Trinity, right? Father, Son, and Spirit. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Exhale, reaching down. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, reach back down. Walk back and find your plank. All right, from plank, you're going to find your way to the floor and roll through your extension and your flexion, and then walk your palms together. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, reach back down. And this time, pause at the chair. So if you are not a mat person, you just can forward through all of this part, right? And get to here where we're doing this chair pose. And you can hover right over the chair. Now, why is chair pose so important? Chair pose, push to the floor and come on up. Chair pose is so important because when you think about going to the restroom, right? You're going to use those muscles and you need to be getting up and down off the toilet, right? And so that's going to be really helpful. The thing about chair that you want to really focus on is you want to make sure that you're not doing chair with the knees coming together. And I know my pants are wider today, but you want to keep your legs apart as you do chair. So when you breathe in, stick your hips way back and keep your legs, really concentrate on keeping legs parallel. Knees are tracking right forward. And you've got that long diagonal of the spine. Yeah, no J-Lo, but or Beyonce. Keep nice and long. All right, push through. Okay. All right, so let's work through some postures. We'll do them without the chair, but you know that you can always use your chair to help you. To really fully be able to relax is so helpful to be able to put your energy, your nervous energy into these postures for strengthening. And so we're going to do a few strengthening postures and we're going to use the wall since I have access to it today. And so you can maybe find a space in your house that you can do it. And it's so wonderful to have the wall to help you keep the heart open here. All right, so we're going to first stand with our mountain pose and find our good posture. You can also do this on the corner of a door jamb, and just let the corner go right at the spine, and you can feel like your head trying to reach for it. You can kind of feel your natural curve to your spine or not. Yeah, there might be a big gap. And after you practice that good posture and feel the shoulder blades reaching towards the back of the wall, you can feel that opening starting to happen, right? This stretching of these muscles that are so often tight and shortened through the habits of rolling over computers, steering wheels, meals, everything, right? Everything is over. So we're really working on being tall so that we can do everything, have all the space for all the organs that the cranial nerve number 10 is touching on, right? Give them the space they need to do the work that they're designed to do by our Lord. All right, so we're going to take our feet wide. And the first thing we're going to go for is a triangle. So we're going to take our toe towards the I've got just go one direction, but this one stays flat and sideways. Now, if you would like more space between the ankles, yogis say that you should have 4 feet. I've never quite figured that out. Why do they say that? Because, I mean, everybody has a different body, and when you have not a body that's very much over 4 feet, what in the world can you do? Anyway, you do your thing. All right, and then what you do is you're going to reach your arms out and feel those shoulder blades really connect with the wall. Big breath in as you kick your hip away like you're a 7th grader with some attitude. And then you're going to breathe in and out as you reach forward, and then you roll down and you roll up. Now, it's not about getting to the floor here as much as getting the upper shoulder blade on the wall. So the hip of the forward leg and this shoulder blade are on the wall. And it makes you really open up your chest. And breathe. Don't forget to breathe. So this hand that you can't see is just straight up in the air so that you almost have like a line right from one to the other. And breathe in and breathe out. Just take note of that openness or that challenge. Take note of the stretch that you may feel in your inner thighs. Push your feet through the floor. Breathe in. And then squeeze all the muscles to the bone, squeeze the belly button back as you come back up on the wall, and then bend the knee for your warrior two. Again, keep this shoulder, opposite shoulder, hip on the wall, opposite shoulder blade on the wall, and then your gaze can go out over that middle finger. Warriors are looking forward, walking into the battle. And if you'll remember your armor of God, right, your breastplate of righteousness, your belt of truth, your shoes of peace, your helmet of salvation, your shield of faith, and your sword of Christ. Everything is built for you to walk into the trouble, not to run from it, not to escape. So look forward. Reach the hand up again. You're just sliding along the wall here as you work. And then come on back down in 3 for side angle pose. So side angle can be resting the hand on this thigh muscle. This arm is reaching up and over, or it can reach high to the sky. And if you want more core strengthening opportunity, you can slide the hand towards the device. And again, see if you can keep the upper shoulder blade on the wall as you keep this hip of the forward leg on the wall. This knee is still bent, right? Knee over ankle. And from here, one more posture. This one will be a balancing posture. It's called balancing half moon. I set my block up here so that I could reach towards my block, right? And then I'm going to lift my hip up and put a footprint on the space behind me. And so now I've got this hip, and again, I'm going to try to get this shoulder open and up. And my leg is supported by the wall too. Balancing half moon. Breathing in and breathing out. With little kids, this one's called splat. So look up at the sky or look down at your footsie. All right, come on back down and through. Take your toes on the railroad track. Heel toe, heel toe, heel toe. Walk yourself back. Oops. Walk yourself back to mountain. Hold those shoulder blades on the wall and just feel what it feels like in your body. Does one side of you feel more activated? Do you have tingling? Do you have lightness or heaviness or itchy, scratchy feelings? Remember, if anything ever hurts or is sharp pains, you don't do it, but just notice sensations in your body. Okay, and now we're going to have that fun on the other side. So for me, I'm going to move my block so that I can use it on this side for when I do balancing half moon. You don't have to use anything. You can reach down to the floor with balancing half moon, or you can put your chair there, right, and reach to your chair, just like how we practiced with triangle position before. Okay, so now we take the opposite toe towards the block. We're going to reach this leg out and then heel toe it. But again, one toe reaching towards the device, one toe is in parallel with the wall. This time we're going to take this hip on the wall and that shoulder blade. And for me and my body, I find that I can more open on this side than I can on the other. It was a struggle for me to really try to open the chest up on the other side. So you just notice what you notice about your body. All of the habits, all the things you've done your whole life long, like where you put your pocketbook or your, how you carried your book bag, how you cross your legs when you sit, all those things have created the imbalances. And so our yoga is just trying to help us to regain or recover our balance. And also never struggle with the idea that you do have imbalances, right? That's because we've lived life. And if you had perfectly symmetrical body, remember what my teacher said, you would have lived a boring life. And no, yay for not being bored or boring. Although I did have a little fella tell me on Palm Sunday that, Jesus riding into Jerusalem, that was boring. Here we go. All right, everything's nice and strong. This shoulder's on the wall, this hip's on the wall, the arms stretch out, breathe in. Breathe out as you kick your hip away with your 7th grader attitude, and then reach over, sliding on the wall, and roll one hand down and one hand high, keeping the upper shoulder blade on the wall and that hip, the hip of the pointy toe leg. And breathe in. You can look high to the sky, or if your neck would rather look down low, all is well. From here, we're gonna press our feet to the floor, squeeze all the muscles to the bones. We're gonna breathe in as we lift our bodies up and then bend this knee, right? And this is my knee that doesn't like to bend. So you play with your body, I'll play with mine. All right, and then you're gonna keep this shoulder blade, this hip on the wall as you work your warrior two posture on this side. If you find your shoulder blades are crawling up to your ears, take those palms to the ceiling. That helps you relax the shoulders, and then you can slide them back and work your warrior two. Walking into the fray. God is always with you. The hand that is forward reaches up, 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 up. Opening up the body so that you can have your reverse warrior, and then come on back down and through for side angle. And then from side angle, we'll find our balancing half moon. So reach down to this block or the chair, or you can go all the way to the floor. I'm going to tiptoe my foot up as I reach high. Again, the shoulder, that hip on the wall as I put the leg up on the wall too. And from here, we'll relax just as gently as you can. Come on down and try not to poke out of it. Find your mountain pose, find that good posture, and feel what it feels like now that you've worked both sides of the body with those strengthening postures. Feel the temperature. Hey, Lillian, good morning. Good morning, good morning. How are ya?
Good morning. Sorry, I wasn't sure if we were meeting, and I guess I checked before you sent the link. Sorry.
Not a problem. Not a problem. We're on tree pose, and then we're gonna do some twisting and relaxing. Does that sound good? All right. So for tree pose, what we're gonna do is use the wall to balance today. And so, but you don't have to, Lillian. If you're freestanding there and you don't have a empty wall space, it's
Okay.
not good. It's just an
Okay.
option. I just did a series with the using the wall as a prop. So
Okay.
that's no problem. You just do your regular tree. But you can use one leg is going to ground into the floor, and then the other one, remember, it can balance on the toe, heel on the toe, or you can kickstand, or you can come up, or you can come higher. And if you want to use the wall as a prop, the goodie is in putting the shoulder blades up against the wall, right? Lillian, we were working on opening the chest.
Okay.
And so the wall just helps you as you work through things to these muscles that are tight and short. It helps you to try to, when we do things without that reference point, you know, you don't maybe do it as wide and open.
Okay.
And then just lift branches wherever you want to, or you can keep the hands to the heart and just lift the chest into the heart. I mean, lift the chest into the hands. Relax your arms, relax the leg that may be standing, take the feet side by side and just feel the difference in one leg versus the other. Or if you don't notice the difference, it's all good too. And then root the other foot into the floor, feeling all the four corners of the foot. And then you take your heel or kickstand, or find where you want to work it. And remember, all sides are not created equal. So just because you did it one way on one side does not mean you have to do it the same way on the other side. So your back is against the wall if you're using that as a reference point, shoulder blades, but it's all good to be freestanding too. And then you can find where you want to put hands for this side and this tree. Hands that are high can come low. You can relax both legs and then see what it feels like now as you stand nice and tall with your posture. Lift the crown of the head high, tuck the chin under. If you have the wall, you can actually feel that spine lengthen, right? It helps you hold that head. Well, I often tend to let my chin jut out, right? And so this helps me to keep my chin tucked a bit and that cervical spine nice and lengthened. All right, Lillian, you feel like the floor today, or you want to be in a chair?
Floor is good.
Okay, so we're going down to the floor for our resting, and we're going to do a twist. And so those of you who are like chair, you know how to twist in a chair and rest in a chair, but Lily and I are going to be down here on the floor. And so I just lay with my back down on the floor, and we're going to do twisted root today for our twist. So twisted root is to take the eagle leg. So take your knees to the ceiling. Cross one leg over the other, all right? And then wrap it again if your body allows you, or not, it's okay. All right, and then what you're gonna do is you're going to let the knees fall, and it does not matter which direction you go. You just need to do this the opposite direction when you twist and wrap the legs in the other way. So I like to take my arms out like a big capital letter T, and then let my knees fall and look away from my knees. Breathe in and relax. If it feels better to prop up the legs and don't let them, fall all the way over, that's good. You can do that. If you want to pick up the upper back and kind of straighten it out so that it's more flattened to the floor, that can help with more twist. But you do what feels right in the body that you're in today. And breathe in and breathe out. Lifting the knees, right? And bringing the back flat to the floor again. All right, you're going to uncross the legs, and you're going to let the legs fall from side to side like windshield wipers. Motion is the lotion. All right, and then you're going to wrap the other leg over. And again, all sides are not created equal. This side of me might not twist around, right? You do your thing. And then you're going to let the knees fall in the opposite way and look away from the direction the knees are falling. Again, pick the upper back up off the floor if you want to straighten it out. If you want to prop the knees and not, because if it doesn't feel good to let them fall and let gravity work, you can prop them. And then breathe your knees back up to the ceiling. Uncross the legs, windshield wiper. And then any movement your body might need, if you'd like to do the happy baby where you take feet to the ceiling and reach towards the legs or the feet and rock and roll on the back body, or any movement that you might need, you're welcome to find that position that is restful for you. And we're going to practice a basic exercise from for our relaxation from accessing the healing power of the vagus nerve. It's a text by Stanley Rosenberg. And this is to lie comfortably on your back is what we're going to get started doing. And then you weave your fingers because you're going to make like a little cup for your head. You weave your fingers of one hand together with the fingers of the other. Those go behind your head, right? And then you're laying down, stretching long. So if you're in your chair, just make it work in that position for you. Now the weight of your head is resting comfortably on your interwoven fingers. And you should feel the hardness of your cranium with your fingers. And you should feel the bones of your fingers on the back of your head. If you have a stiff shoulder and cannot bring both of your hands behind the back of your head, it is sufficient to just use one hand with the fingers in the palm contacting both sides of the back of your head. And keeping your head in place. Don't move your head. Look to the right, moving only your eyes as far as you comfortably can. Do not turn your head, just move the eyes and keep looking to the right. Now you can hold that for 30 seconds or a minute long, but we just worked it for 3 or 4 breaths just now. So now what you do is you swallow or yawn or sigh. And that is a sign of relaxation for your autonomic nervous system. Now bring your eyes back to looking straight ahead. And leave your hands in place and keep your head still. And this time, move your eyes to the left. Hold your eyes to the left. And then notice a sigh or a yawn or a swallow. All right, bring your eyes back, just looking straight ahead. Take your hands away. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Your body may want to stretch long. You may want to pull the knees into your chest. And then rock and roll on your back body and roll to your side body. And after resting there for several breaths, push into the floor and come up to a tall seated position. And take your hands and breathe them out to the side, reach them up and over. And then exhale as you bring your palms to the chest. Breathe in and reach them out and up and over. And exhale as you take palms to the chest. And one more time, reach out, 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 reach tall, tall, tall. And exhale, palms to the chest. We looked at some Christopher Robin, Winnie the Pooh quotes today, Lillian, as we were thinking about keeping things simple with our vagus nerve. That very basic, your first nervous system, the enteric nervous system today, we kind of concentrated on. So we'll close with a Christopher Robin quote. You're braver than you believe, and stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think. Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you.
You're welcome. Let me stop the recording.